Welcome to SBP Live. My name is Sonia Javette. I am your hostess with the mostest. I'm a local artist, singer, songwriter, musician from originally from Dallas, Texas, but now here in Austin. And I have several guests today, and my guest right now is Miss Wendy Colonna. And I may say her name wrong, but you know how I am. We'll fix it. We'll just keep going. And yeah, good job. Hello, Wendy. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Sonia.
I appreciate you so much for being here.
It's awesome to be here.
How's your day so far?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
right.
Sunday for me. So it's
I don't know what day it is anymore.
a little slower than the other ones. Get to wake up after 5:45.
Right, because you have a son, right?
I do. I have a kid.
You gotta
It
get
has
up.
to be at school at 7-ish.
You know they don't like it, right? The poor babies.
He's a morning kid, thank goodness. And I'm a morning person, thank goodness.
Yay.
So we're okay, except for when I have gigs. It's a little rough because I'm always driving back. I live in San Marcos now. So
Girl.
I
Oh
have
my
to
gosh, thank you.
make the late night commute in and out. Sometimes it's a little rougher to get up in the morning just because, you know.
So I see you brought instruments. How many instruments do you play?
Well, let's see. I play the guitar and the ukulele and the bass, and I putter around on the piano, but I would never do it in public.
Aw.
Just not yet. But all of them have the same intervals between the strings. So, you know, the ukulele deals with the top string intervals, and the bass deals with the lower. So I feel like I'm just living in the world of those 6 strings and the way that they play together. So in some ways, I play one instrument.
Truth.
And in other ways, I play lots of instruments.
Truth.
But that's nerdy music talk.
But civilians don't know that stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I always tell people, like, same intervals, just different places. Yeah.
That's what this show is about, is letting the civilians get to know the artists that are up and coming, or they're already successful, whatever. But behind the scenes stuff, what's it take to be an artist? Oh my God, there's so much. There's so much.
There's so much.
Are you reading anything in particular right now, like that, towards your career, what you're doing?
I am currently on a hiatus from. Actually, that's never true. I'm actually learning right now about affirmations, and I'm doing a deep dive into the way the brain works. So I just finished Master Your Mind, which is just a wonderful book. My work as a musician and my work as a coach end up being the same.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it, yes.
I just read Master Your Mind, which is just a really cool book about the way the brain works with subconscious, conscious, deep subconscious, and how to use certain habits and routines to maximize your potential. And so I've been doing a deep dive into like different affirmation-based stuff, and I actually realized that I hadn't ever read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich from the 1930s.
Good. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple things. I really love the core philosophy of it. And I also see how all of the woo that is now science-backed, because you have all the neuroscience to back up the manifestation type stuff, right? Now. But in the 1930s, and Andrew Carnegie and all these people, like, you're just like, whoa, okay, J.P. Morgan, like all these guys. But the funny part about that book is, like, it's beautifully written, the language is gorgeous, and it's pointed only at, like, this small segment of men that are white in the world. Like, and it's, like, just crazy, because I'm like, I love this. Whoa, what era are we in? Like, every once in a while I wake up to, like, wow, we're 100 years later, and it is so evident in our world, you know.
Yeah, buddy.
So anyway, that's one of the ones. But I'm also, for my artistic just passion, I love reading great fiction, and I'm in the middle of Barbara Kingsolver's Demon Copperhead, which is, it is good. She is good. I love great fiction, especially written by women. So.
That's right. Please tell us more about your new project that you're doing with your business.
In the business world, I had a son about 5 years ago. No, 6 years and 1 month.
Congratulations.
And I was on tour a lot before then, so I was singularly music for the most part. And after my son was born, I have always been in the called to pulling as you. What is it? What is your
Lift
motto?
as I climb.
Lift as you climb. I love that motto. So I've always been in that boat as well. I've always loved to take whatever the hardships of my job have given me and help turn them into treasures for other people in terms of like just. I wish that I hadn't beat myself. I wish that I had had mentoring. I wish that I had had coaching. And I think I would have made it to a different point at a different time if I had. So I was called after my son was born to sort of split my attention between becoming a certified life coach and career coach and being with him. So I gigged at night and stayed with him during the day and became a certified life coach. So over the last 6 years, I have had the pleasure of working with artists and spiritually called entrepreneurs. So not just musicians, but visual artists, pastors, spiritual teachers, chiropractors, people who really feel called to make a difference in the world. And I've just had this incredible journey, like walking beside them and helping them to gather tools and create habits and routines to really support their vision, not just, in those habits and routines, but also building legacy work and a decent living out of it. So it's been so rewarding and so awesome, and I'm just growing that constantly. I'm working on a course right now to help a lot. The female musician part of our world is obviously, as I said, I had to get off the road to have a baby. Like men don't necessarily always have to do that, right?
Truth.
So there's a lot of things that kind of like create a gap between our pay grade and our access to the ladder, so to speak, of success. And so I'm working on a beautiful mastermind course for women to work together in an integrated environment, artist to entrepreneur.
There you go.
And they're building a self-generated business plan, and I'm really pumped about it because I see the need in my community, and I'm trying to find affordable ways to bring my services to more people.
Excellent. We need it.
The more I do, the more I see the gap. And I know that there's a lot of really good resources out there that are like more prescriptive, like here's how to go to do PR, and here's how to manage your catalog, and here's how, and those are measurements of success, if you will, but I'm more interested in about that individual's definition of success, because I believe that each creative person has a different set of variables that they believe are successful. For some people, it's visibility in the community. For other people, it's impact. For other people, it's Spotify, and some people, it's tour dates.
Yeah.
So what I get clear with my clients is way before we start creating the hows, we understand the why so deeply.
And that's
then
the biggest
we
part?
move from there.
Yeah.
And that way they don't throw pasta at every single wall. Because like you said earlier,
Good.
it is like exhausting. There's no way to do all the things.
Right.
And there's no way to have success if you're also trying to be a musician. So
Thank you. Excellent. All right.
you have
Commend
permission to find your why.
Thank you. That's right. Because your why is how you get to what you want.
And it's all that matters. And the people who are aligned with your why are the people who you want in your
Want to be
audience
with. That's
anyway.
right.
Yeah.
That's 100%. All right. Last question. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I don't know if I need a superpower.
You are a superpower. You're already there. Yeah.
I think it would just be more presence. Just the ability to get right into each moment. And I'm working on it. It's always a practice, not a perfection for sure. But I think just that's the gift. If I have a finite life, I want to be in it every moment of it. And I want to be present with what's
Like-minded,
happening.
right?
Yeah.
You have a new project coming out?
I do. I'm in the middle of a project called the Paradigm Project. I have a big release show at the Pershing on the 31st with full band, which I haven't done a rhythm section full band since before COVID. So it's a big deal for me.
What day again?
The 31st, Thursday at the Pershing. Susanna Schaffel is opening. So I'm in the middle of producing a full project, but I've decided to do 1 or 2 songs with different producers and musicians throughout our community, because I love our Austin music community. And I have done 8 records, 1 with a different, full-length record with a producer. And I'm realizing that in this world where music is so expensive to make, I would like to work with more people, diversify who I'm spreading the love to and getting this creative collaboration with. So I've just decided to do different collaborations with different teams of people, which is magical and wonderful and allows me to see and work with so many people. Also allows me to refer more people for the artists I work with. So it's so good. And my first 2 were with Dave Madden, and he made these beautiful string arrangements. These 2 that we're releasing this week are with Noel Hampton producing. We recorded at Cedar Creek, and oh my goodness, they are just, I'm going to play one of them, I think, for us today.
All right.
They are just delicious, kind of sexy, cosmic, beautiful, deep. I mean, so happy with them. I don't know, you're always happier with the thing you're working on the most right then and there.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, guys, they're so good. And so we have a horn section, and we have an amazing group of musicians playing the show. Susanna's opening. I've got Noel and Andre are playing in the band, and let's see, we have Robbie Kidd on drums, Matt Hubbard's going to be playing keys, Scott Davis is going to be on bass, and then Kevin Flatt's bringing a horn section. Courtney and Susanna are going to sing some background vocals, maybe a couple special guests.
Sounds like a party.
Big party.
All
Please
right.
come.
All right, sister, would you please present us with a couple of songs?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
How many miles? How many miles? How many miles before we're home? How many miles? First came the Pharaoh, a dirty man. You can't make him money, you don't give a damn. Walk 1,000 miles, nothing to eat, nothing to live for but them babies' dreams. How many dreams? How many dreams? How many dreams will set us free? How many dreams? Then came the fires, turning dreams to ash. Wild wind and lightning, whirlwind up in a flash. You don't give a damn about the tears we cry. Can't stop the wrath, ain't no looking back. How many tears? How many tears? How many tears will wash us clean? How many tears? No one was ready when the play came on. It don't give a damn if you're weak or if you're strong. And if a hurricane come and trash your home and you're sick and alone, tell me where you're supposed to go. How many miles? How many miles? How many miles before we're home? How many miles? How many dreams? Oh, how many dreams? How many dreams will set us free? How many dreams? How many tears? Oh, how many tears? How many tears will wash us clean? How many tears? How many miles? How many miles? miles. All right, and this one is called Shine. That one was called How Many Miles? I guess I didn't announce that part, but I bet you could guess. If I do not burn, if you do not burn, if we do not burn, then how will the shadows become alive? Well, if your life was gone tomorrow and today was your last day, if your life was gone tomorrow, what would you want to change? Would you cast the shadow from your heart and cross the finish line? It's your choice, brother, raise your voice and shine. Yeah. If I do not burn, if you do not burn, if we do not burn, then how will the shadows become alive? Yeah, we come into this world without a reason or a clue. Yeah, we come into this life as if we are only passing through. Well, we may not know the answer, but our hearts, they know the truth. It's your choice, brother, raise your voice and shine. If I do not burn, yeah, if you do not burn, if we do not burn, then how will the shadows become alive? Well, if you can feel your power, then it's fear that you will serve. Don't you let your fear eclipse the love that you deserve, that you deserve. Hey, hey, well, when you walk into the light, all the shadows fall behind. You may walk into the valley of the night to see what you may find. Well, sometimes you gotta hit the belly of the beast before the sun rises in the east. It's your choice, brother, raise your voice and shine. If I do not burn, if you do not burn, if we do not burn, then how will the shadows become alive? Well, if I do not burn, if you do not burn, if we do not burn, then how will the shadows become alive? Oh, how will the shadows become alive? Kind of weird to do it just this guitar. Anyway, peace out, y'all. Okay, the best gig ever is that we played, we opened for Pearl Jam for Drop in the Park.
I remember that.
And it was...
Everybody was there.
Oh my God, it was amazing. But I was so nervous back to that. So I was going back and forth to the porta potty, and the guy that was standing there, I'm sure, was like, what the hell is wrong with that woman? but I was so anxious, and but we took the stage, and it all kind of dissipated. It was like, oh, this is awesome. And there were, I mean, that's the most people I've ever played for. It was like probably 30,000, maybe 20,000. It was a lot of people.
Where was that at? Was that Sandpoint?
It was at Sandpoint. It was Magnuson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
I mean, that place holds, I know, minimum 20,000 people.
And it was phenomenal. And it was also cool because a lot of times during that period, there weren't a lot of other women that were playing. I mean, there were women in Seattle that were playing and killing it, but just it was always, male heavy. So it was kind of nice to bring it in there. And then let's see.
Wait. Back to that gig.
Yeah.
And I played shows that more in Europe, outdoor stadium festival shows. And in Europe, it's almost ridiculous. I mean, you got like 50, 60,000 people. Unfortunately, they didn't know who our band was, but they proceeded to throw hunks of grass at us.
What?
And that means they like you, apparently.
That's how they like you in Europe. They throw grass at you.
You're going to hit a guitar chord, you've got a clump of grass that came off of your 9-iron wedge that's guitar, and you're like, what's wrong here? Oh,
Let me get rid of this sod.
I'll remember that when I go to Europe. Just throw grass at
Throw
people.
grass at people.
And now the good news is we get to see you guys play. Where are you playing, and what is the date, and what is it for?
We are playing July 8th at Slim's down in Georgetown, and it is Ginger Fest. And the reason it's Ginger Fest is because all 3 lead singers have red hair. Brittany Danielle is going to open.
Okay.
I'm going to go in the middle slot, and then Sean P. Bates, it's his record release.
Right on.
And he is a fabulous singer. So he does, Chris Frill has a side band called Halloween, and Sean is the singer for that. And they always play Halloween at the Tractor.
And Queen songs, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's awesome.
Oh my God, Sean just sings the hell out of it. I mean, he's just such a great singer. So it's his record release. I think the show starts at 8, which is nice because then I'm not going on at midnight. And yeah, that's what it's going to be. So July 8th, Slim's, 8 o'clock, Brittany Danielle, Kim Byron, and Sean P. Bates. Another day hung with gray clouds, but only threatened rain. She had a 20 in her pocket and a pill to ease the pain.
Welcome. Hello, my name is Sonia Javette. I'm your host today. Soundbite Production, SBP Live. And my special guest today is Miss Christine Reener. And she is going to talk to us a little bit about what she does in the music industry and what projects she's got going on. And she's going to sing a couple of songs. Yeah?
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Christine.
Hello.
How are you today?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
Happy to be here.
I'm tired of this heat. I don't know about you.
I know. I'm wearing a sweater.
Because this room is cold, but it's
is.
good, thank goodness.
This blue fit my vibes.
I think we're on like day 45 of this 100-degree weather here in Austin, Texas. Holla.
Oh my gosh.
Holla. I'm tired of being hot.
Yeah, I know.
I now have a black car with black interior.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I'm gonna melt. I've never driven my car before, and my hands are frying in the heat. That is the trippiest thing. Let me bring it back, Miss Christine. So, how long have you been playing in the music industry?
Over 10 years. Because I started recording for the first time when I was around 13, and I'm 24 now. So, and I've been writing songs since I was like 11 or so. So just kind of like figured out, I was like, I want to do it. Let's do this. And I've lived in Austin all my life, and so.
You're a unicorn?
Yeah.
Aw, yay. Who inspired you to start creating your own music?
My dad is a songwriter as well.
Okay.
So I've heard him in his bands and him making songs, and yeah, just fell in love with getting my emotions out. And I'll say my first
heartbreak in 8th grade. Huge inspiration
Aw.
to get started. It's funny.
That's always truth. When, the more emotional it is, the more your brain goes.
Yeah. It's been my release, my therapy in the best way ever since I can remember.
Excellent. Have you do you play more than the guitar? Do you play more than just one instrument?
I do. I play piano. That's actually where my heart is. I love the piano. That's where I started, and I just think about music in piano terms, and it's just like a lot more emotional to me. But I figured pretty quickly that to play live shows, it's so much easier to be holding a guitar than it is to hold a piano. So I kind of switched to guitar and taught myself and took lessons, and
Especially when you're teching by yourself, setting it up.
yeah. Oh gosh, the piano is like.
Do you have a piano or?
I actually have an upright piano. It's royal blue, and it's in my room.
Oh, nice! Right on.
Yeah.
Someday I'll have a piano room. Be beautiful with hardwood floors. Do you have pets?
I have 3.
What do you have?
I have Bailey.
Aw.
She's a golden retriever. And then I have Sydney. She's a toy Australian shepherd, so she's like little. And then a rescue. She was like a husky lab mix. We're not even fully sure. They found her in a homeless camp, and a bunch of brothers and sisters. A couple of them passed away, which was sad. But we got Luna, and we love her.
Right on. You said your dad plays. Did you have a teacher that inspired you in some sort that got you to
A
continue?
lot of teachers. I feel like without all the different teachers and everything I learned from each one, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I think that's really important. And I even, I'm a teacher now, and I even have told some of my students, I'm like, okay, you need to try different. You just need to learn from somebody else, because I'm not giving you now like you need to have
Next
this
level.
or this perspective on music. Like I only know what I know, and I'm like good at what I'm good at, but the next teacher is going to have a plethora. I'm like, you gotta have multiple people to learn from.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because that helps you get balanced out. Do you eat anything in particular before you perform or after you perform?
Not really, but I have trouble like before, a couple hours before, I have to stop eating. I'll just before a performance, because I feel like if I'm on stage, I don't want to be burping and and I don't know, it's just I get in performance mode.
Yeah. Performance mode. Don't talk to me. I gotta go. Yes.
Yeah, I
yes.
do tell my team sometimes, I'm like, if I seem I'm out of it, or I'm not, I'm okay. I'm just running a whole event, and it's a little stressful. I'm here,
In my head, the show is going on. Okay, just get me where I'm going. We good. Yes. Do you play any other instruments besides that? I asked you that.
just guitar, piano. I love any instrument. I like to pick up the bass sometimes. I have a good ear for music, so I just kind of figure it out.
Do you have anything you're reading in particular right now?
Anything I'm reading in particular? Not really particularly. I'm not too much of a reader.
Book reader?
Yeah.
Do you produce, are you using a DAW? Are you using a digital workstation are you recording your own music?
I haven't really been.
Okay.
Yeah, when I do, I open up GarageBand and I go in there.
There you go.
But really, voice memos on my phone is my best friend.
Okay. Right on.
I'm there all the time. Literally earlier, I was chilling and I was writing a little thing. So I love to write.
Do you have a new show coming? Do you have a new project, music project, or you have a show coming up?
Yeah, I've just released a song last Friday called Dreamer, and it's kind of the start, I feel of my next era. I would like to make an album called Dreamer.
There you go.
So I'm just trying to do a single at a time. Financially, that's what makes sense to do, because I don't produce my own music, and I would like to, but It's a lot to learn. There's like
is a
so
lot.
much. I feel like I have so many roles as an artist. So it's really nice. I have a producer, and he's amazing. And I have a band, and they're amazing. We're actually going in the studio on Tuesday.
Oh,
I'm
sweet.
stoked. It's actually the first time I've had like my live band in the studio with me.
That's
I've
fun.
always kind of done it a different way or with the producer, and we kind of bring in people, but this is like the first time these are like my dudes in the studio. I'm excited.
Producing so you're producing it. You're the producer because you're bringing in your own artist to perform with you. So you're a producer, just so you know.
Yeah, I agree. And my producer, who I call the producer, he really does let me
engineering.
like get into the, really like what my artist ear is hearing is what goes, you know. But I also trust him to kind of like go down the rabbit hole that we need to go down to get the emotion and the sound we're looking for.
There you go.
So that's fun.
I didn't ask. All right. Are you with one of the PROs? Do you have?
Yeah, with BMI.
Yeah. BMI is here in Austin, Texas as well, so that's why I asked. That's a
Yeah.
good thing. What else did I want to ask you? If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. To walk on water. That's
Yeah. You would definitely be able to get around. Yeah.
I love water, and I'm like, or to breathe underwater.
Do you surf?
I wish I'd never tried.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, and when I get underwater, I feel like I'm at home. I'm like, oh, it's like back
You're
in the
a water
womb or
baby.
something.
Yes. All right, my lady, would you please present us with a couple of songs?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, set change.
The song is called Dreamer. Drink your coffee, smoke your cigarette. I'll be your West Coast Juliet. Once you gave me such a heart attack. You said you loved me in the Cadillac. Was it all a dream? Was it all a dream? Baby, I need you more than water. Oh, why do I even bother? You're my golden California. That's why they call me a dreamer, dreamer. Don't you wish we had a time machine? This hidden desire inside of me. I miss the sun setting in your eyes. I miss the waves crashing in my mind. Was it all a dream? Was it all a dream? Baby, I need you more than water. Oh, why do I even bother? You're my golden California. That's why they call me a dreamer, dreamer. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. That's why they call me a dreamer, dreamer. Lay my heart on the table and hope that all my emotions are stable as I'm falling in love with some fictional label of what I thought I wanted. And every time I go out, I'm still looking for you. And there's someone I found who looks just like you. My head's in the clouds and I'm looking for the truth. Was it all a dream? 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 baby, I need you more than water. Oh, why do I even bother? You're my golden California. That's why they call me a dreamer, dreamer. That's why they call me a dreamer, dreamer. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. That's why they call me a dreamer, dreamer. I'm gonna play a rock and roll song. And I usually play it with my band on the electric guitar, but I did write it on this acoustic guitar, so this is called Glitter. Morning on the television, don't mind. Tell me, girl, what's your vision? Oh, is it stones on the billboard? Get your own dance floor, no silver lining with them. Don't you remind me? Oh, it's so tranquilizing, 'cause you sure look bad for a girl with a halo. People say, I don't wanna wait, I don't wanna wait, and I want it bad, I want it fast. Put the glitter on your face, don't let it go to waste. You're such a pretty face, so why are you mad? 'Cause you sure look bad for a girl with a halo. Tell me your opinion, don't care, sad life you're living. You're scared of losing your patience, so you don't say it. Glitter in the stage light, I'm fine underneath these fake eyes. Oh, I'm a tiny dancer, so wind me up and I'll show you a good time. Can you hear the people say, I don't wanna wait, I don't wanna wait, and I want it bad, I want it fast. Put the glitter on your face, don't let it go to waste. You're such a pretty face, so why are you mad? 'Cause you sure look bad for a girl with a halo. Thank you.
Here we go. Hello, hello, hello. My name's Sonia Javette. This is my show, SBP Live, Soundbite Productions. My special guest today is Mr. Russell K. Shores. He is a talented bassist, musician, producer of his own work, and he is in a wonderful organization. And we're going to let him talk about what he does in the organization and his upcoming projects. So give Mr. Russell a hand. Rah, rah. How you doing, brother?
I am well. How are you?
Thank you so much for being here and digging that hat. I might have to get one.
I got the
Maybe
hookup.
collection. Okay, you got the hookup?
I got the hookup.
All right. So again, I am tired of this heat. We're on 100. What are we? 45 days now of this 100-degree weather
We're in the 40s now.
in Austin, Texas. We're done. Mother Nature's mad at us. We tired of it.
We've made the point now. We can go back to
Somewhere in the middle, not the freeze part. We don't want that part, but somewhere in the middle. Like we don't even have spring anymore. We just have hot.
my friend from New York. I still keep in contact with my guys. He's like, I can't come there because you only have 2 seasons, hot and hotter.
It's very true.
Kind of right, but we did have a snowstorm. We did have some ice.
We had a freeze. We had a let's shut down all of Texas. Awful. And Mr. Russell, you have a pet, right? What
Yes,
do you have? What you
Scrappy.
got? Scrappy?
That's my little dog, my little sidekick.
What kind of dog is it?
He's a pit bull something.
How long have you had him?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half?
So I got him from the shelter, and I have a really interesting story about him.
Bring it.
My friends, I have friends all over. He works there, and he says, I got a dog that you need to come get. He's like, no, today. And I was like, well, I can't. I'm in San Antonio. I'm in session. He's like, okay, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take him home with me, and tomorrow I'll call you, and I won't take him back into the shelter. We'll be sitting in the car, and you walk up, and we'll all walk in, and you adopt him. And so when I got there, he opened the door, and I opened my car door. Scrappy got in. He adopted me. I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is meant to be.
Nice. Do you have plans for a new project coming up?
Yes. My new project will be called Mr. 7.
Because of the strings?
Yeah, I'm going to be playing my 7-string bass more. It's, you kind of get known for that, and which is kind of good because I don't sound like anybody else. I'm my own type of player. But sometimes, when I'm composing, I have me in mind.
Right?
And I can write and orchestrate that better on the 7 because I can hear the extension ranges and those type things, and I just like the way it sounds.
What kind of bass is that?
Devin J7.
Yeah?
And my Devin J5 over there, they're all signature models.
Are they heavy?
No, they're not.
Because I have picked up, what is it, a Gibson? Those feel like I'm carrying a tree trunk. I don't want...
Back in the day when, I shouldn't be mentioning any brands, but P basses, they're known for their weight. And, we were younger and we would tug those things around.
Yeah.
Those things outweigh every bass that I have.
I'm a large-chested woman. I don't need heavy stuff on me when I'm playing an instrument. I don't want that. So I have learned.
I'm just lazy. I don't. If I don't have to work that hard, if I don't have to keep that shoulder up, then yeah.
What? Do you have any shows coming up?
I do. I'm playing with a band called Mean Uncles. And it's really all my old friends.
Yeah.
And we'll be in Hutto next week. But I really have kind of scaled that kind of work back because I really want to work on Mr. 7.
Okay.
And I spend a lot of time composing tracks for that.
All right. We ready. We're ready to hear the project. All right, let's talk about what you were doing in your other life in the music industry. Mr. Russell is the vice president of the Austin chapter of American Federation of Musicians. Please educate. Tell what's it for, why you do it, how come a musician needs to have it, those kind of questions.
I always thought of myself as a musician, and at some point I started thinking of myself as a musician in transition, and I started thinking more in terms of legacy, and the union was the way that I could advocate for a bigger group. And so that was kind of the big pull, not just that, but just the fact that, you know, the union offers certain protections, and you're always stronger when you negotiate from the many as opposed to the one. When I used to walk in the Congress offices by myself and they'd go, "Why are you here?" But it's something about putting that card on the desk that makes them look at you different. And I really love being a musician. And I don't want to ever see musicians shut out from being musicians.
I can tell y'all that the reason I joined, I'm also a member. The reason I joined is because I know that the AFM is the muscle when I don't have anybody to support me in what I'm doing. So that's why I joined the union. It's not just for the classical artists, it's for all the genres. There's a bunch of music teachers in there. There's composers in there. There's all styles of musicians, music people in the American Federation of Musicians Union. Your turn, sir.
We have DJs. We have from singer-songwriters to huge orchestras. There's a platform for everybody.
Another part of it is contracts. There's a lot of contracts that you can use that you can get the information from. What else?
I always feel like musicians are better taken care of when they're not worried about finances. If you know that you have a good contract, you can just worry about putting on a good performance and really lean into it and display who you really are.
Right.
And to me, that's one of the biggest safety guards that you could ever have, is that you know that economically you can be taken care of. Because, you know, when I was younger, you know, guys would tell me, you know, you got chops, that's great, but chops won't get you retired.
Right.
And I thought, sure it will. I'll just play faster. Like, no, it won't. You have to have some business sense behind you. And they would tell me, go back and look at all these, you know, Motown videos and see why those guys are so despondent, see why they're so unhappy, and see why their life expectancies are very short.
Burnout with no support.
Yeah. Do you want that? Do you need that? You don't have to have that.
Absolutely. That's why I'm grateful for you being here and teaching us people about the union. So now I'm going to flip the switch again and ask you, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Wow, if I had a superpower, it would be to disconnect.
Ooh.
Just take a minute off.
Yeah. And as musicians, we don't have that.
No, you're always thinking about the next gig, the next, you know, composition. You're always thinking about something, and if you could just take that minute to disconnect, you'd be much more creative.
Don't you teach also?
I do.
What do you?
Bass.
How is that going?
I love it. I've been doing it for a long time, and I was fortunate to have really good teachers. And I built on what they taught me. And I call my program the Stretch 4.
Stretch 4? What does that mean?
It means that we take increments of music, 4 bars, we learn them, then we stretch them. You start improvising over these 4 bars.
That's brilliant.
And they're learning to read, they're learning to feel the time, but they're also learning to produce the player that's inside them.
Ooh-wee, that's good.
Stretch 4.
I love that. What age group are you teaching in that?
I have all ages.
All ages.
I have from 10 to my oldest is 56.
Where are you from originally?
New York City.
New York. All right. Did they have better pizza than us?
You know,
that's the boast usually.
I don't want to, you know, because, you know, I've been here long enough that I'm a Texan now, but
okay.
Yes, the pizza was much better.
All right.
You know, you go there and you just can only manage a slice.
That's a serious
They're huge
pizza.
and they're thick, and you're like, now I need a nap.
Okay, I'm good with that. What else would you like for the audience to know, Mr. Russell? And I call him Mr. Russell because Mr. Russell has actually played bass for me on several of my shows, and I know the brother can play. He's super talented. You haven't caught him playing somewhere, you will. Just letting you know.
Well, thank you. I love playing with you. I like playing with creative people.
Thank you.
And my number one job as a bass player is to bring the heat. Make that groove feel good.
That's a good question. What kind of amp? What is that rig? Because his amp, what is that? It's tiny and it's powerful.
I am fortunate to use what I consider state-of-the-art instruments and amps. My amp is Gensler's.
Gensler?
Mm-hmm. He's another guy out of New York.
All right.
And they're light and they're powerful. But the reason I like them is because they're portable. I can take the head, and you see I got it over, and put it on the plane with me, and I know how I'm going to sound at the gig.
That's right. And that's important to have your own rig for shows, because the front of house may not always know how to mix your sound.
Yeah, you just give them a feed. I want this. This is what I want you to sound like.
Just plug it in and go.
And I've been using those amps for years. I mean, if you're loyal, you're loyal. And that's how you get endorsements, is you form relationships. I used the product long before I endorsed the product.
And you're endorsed, right? Excellent. Well done, sir. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. We're going to show some of your videos or some of your work in the mix and the content.
If you show one and you really want to know what I sound like, my latest is called Big Chief.
Big Chief, all right.
That's the one to look at.
And you have music on Spotify, right?
I do.
Okay.
I'm on all platforms.
All right, brother. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Russell K's yours, y'all. Check him out. He'll be around town in the scene. My name's Sonia Javette. Have a blessed day. Remember, lift as I climb. Let's go.